Hi everyone, this is iCrafts, and sorry about my voice. I do have a cold, but I still want to film. And also, there is marker on my hand. But today I'm finally going to be doing another rainbow loom tutorial. And this is a 2-loom design, so I'm sorry if you only have 1 loom, but I don't think it can be made on 1. So this is the Acquatica bracelet, and it just got really orange all of a sudden. And it was designed by Andrea Loom X on Instagram and hashtag iCraftStuff so we can like your picture. If you like this bracelet as much as I do, then make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And without further ado, let's just jump right into the tutorial. So you'll need a loom, and you'll actually need 2 looms, sorry. I believe only a rainbow loom will work, just because the pegs have to be like this so they're all aligned except the middle pin bar is 1 peg below. And you'll need a hook, and just to make sure that you don't break your hook, definitely I would recommend using a mallet hook. You'll also need a C-clip or S-clip. You'll need some bands. I'm using white for the border, and then I am using zebra for the zebra in this bracelet. And then for what is the neon blue here, I'm using the pink and ocean blue pearl. These bins are gorgeous. In the middle, neon pink and neon blue. So these are all the supplies you'll be needing. So I'm going to begin with my border color bands. I'll try to go as slow as possible, but it's really hard for me to go slow. So I'm sorry if I go too fast. I'm going to take my white and just go from the middle pin bar diagonally to the second pin bar, and then finally to the first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go diagonally and then horizontal. So it looks like this. It's kind of weird, but this is just the way the border is. And now I'm going to go up, and I'm going to end on this peg right here. And lately I haven't been able to film because I've been getting a lot of headaches. I put an update video up, but I deleted it. And I went to the eye doctor today, and she just told me to take breaks and stuff, so I've been doing that, and I haven't gotten a headache since I went today, so hopefully I stop getting headaches and I can film more often, and mostly edit, because I need to use the computer to edit, obviously. And I'll try to be more active with rainbow loom tutorials, but I just had a lot of other videos I want to do. And I'm going to still do the perler bead video, but I ran out of perler beads because I don't have that many of one color. Like, I have a lot of mixed packs, so I need to get some more perler beads before I can do that. And I want to wait until I get caught up with my tutorials. I think I have 3 more to do after this, so I'm getting pretty close. And when I'm down to only 1 tutorial, then I will accept DMs from people, because a lot of people have been asking to make tutorials, and I have to say no, but soon I will be able to say yes, and I'm really excited for that. And hopefully I don't sound too sick on this video, but I really want to film, like I said. And now I'm going to just go inwards, so it's kind of weird, but you're placing it horizontal. There's so many hairs in my bands, it's really annoying. And then I'm going to go diagonally. And the same thing on the other side. So this is what my loom looks like. Has the same beginning and end. And the next thing we're going to do is place what is the neon blue, and I'm using the pearl bands. And sorry, the lighting, but it's really dark out. So, by the way, I am following a flipogram on my iPad, so yeah, and A lot of people have been asking for what's in my iPhone video, but I'm waiting until I'm more caught up with videos because I don't want people to be waiting while I do other videos that aren't as important. So we're going to be only using these 2 pins and these 2 pins. And I'm going to be doing this cross pattern-ish. I'm not really sure what to call it, but you'll see as we go. So I'm first going to take my first band, and this is going to go from the first pin, and I'm just going to say this is pin 1 and pin 2, and I'm just going to ignore the other ones. I'm just going to ignore the others for now, and this is pin bar 1, pin bar 2, and then I'm going to go from the second pin bar, the first pin, to the second pin on the first pin bar. So I'm basically just going diagonally downwards. And I'm trying really, really hard to go slow. So it's going to be alternating between a diagonal band and then a long stretch. So that's the pattern, and this band is always going to go first. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to take my next band, and it's not going to go diagonally this way. We're actually going to stretch it beyond this pin to this pin right here. And it might be kind of difficult, but it should be like this. And this is the part in the bracelet that has the tension. So just be careful and make sure that you're using stretchy bands. And now I'm going to go up a pin from this one. I'm going to go diagonally. And if you're confused, I'm going to be going through this the whole way up the loom and also on the other side, but this side is going to be a mirror image. And by the way, you can feel free to pause the video, and also if you go to the little gear, if you're on a desktop, then you can actually change the speed. So just keep that in mind as you're watching this video in case I go too fast. So next I'm going to go down a pin from the pin that this was on, if that makes any sense. It's basically the second pin. I'm going to do another long stretch. So it's not to here, it's to here. Might be kind of difficult. And you want to push your bands down. Going to go diagonally. And then a long stretch. So after we do the long stretch, I'm going to go back to the regular diagonal band. And so the farthest pin, I guess, I'm not really sure how else to explain this. The farthest pin that has a band in it is right here. So we're going to go a pin down and go diagonally. And then going to go down a pin from there. And then going to not stretch it here, I'm going to go farther and stretch it there. And comment down below if this is a good speed. If it's too fast still, I'm really sorry, but try not to be rude about it because I get a lot of hate about that. So next I'm going to go diagonally, long stretch, and then this way. And I'm just going to keep doing that. So I'll go just a little bit faster. And hopefully this makes sense. There's a lot of bracelets that use the same pattern, so maybe that will make it a little easier. And I've gotten to the top, so I'm just going to put that final band right there. And the lighting is really annoying me right now, but this is what my loom looks like. So it has this pattern right here. I'm going to go to this side now. And this is a mirror image. So I'm going to take my first band, and this is peg 1, this is peg 2. I'm going to go from the first peg on the first pin bar to the second peg on the second pin bar. Now I'm going to go from the first peg on the second pin bar to the third peg on the first pin bar. If these numbers confuse you, then just watch very carefully, and I promise you, you will get it if you pause the video and just pay attention. And now the second pin to the third on the second pin bar, and the second on the second pin bar to the fourth on the first pin bar. I'm just going to keep doing that. So diagonally, and then pin below is the long stretch, pin below, diagonally, and basically I just say I finished on this pin, I go one down, and then that's the long stretch. So all the long stretches on this side started on the first pin, and all the long stretches start on the second pin, so basically they're on the outside, and then the short ones come from this pin bar. So maybe that made it a little easier. I'm going to go faster because I already showed you on the other side, but that is basically the pattern, and it's kind of hard to talk because I am sick and I really don't feel great, but yeah. My nose just is irritated. And this is probably the hardest part of the bracelet to teach. So hopefully, if you don't understand now, then you'll understand that next part. And I messed up, sorry. So I just finished off like this, and you can see the two sides are exact opposites. And I'm sorry if these colors are a little hard to see. So next we're going to work on the middle part, and we kind of go back and forth from what is the zebra bands to these little shapes in the center. I'm not really sure what to call them. So we're not going to be just using one color, we're going to be going back and forth, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to push my bands down. And I did take a little break because I was sneezing a lot. But now I'm going to just start with my zebra bands. I'm going to take 2. And it's one band at a time, but just one for each side. And I'm going to just go up here and here. So this part is pretty easy. Now I'm going to take my neon pink, and I'm going to make an X. So I'm just going to go inwards, diagonally, then diagonally to the other side. Then I'm going to make an X. Just like that. So this is the shape. It's really easy, and we're just going to repeat this until we get to the top. So I'm going to take my zebra, just go up, and I'm going to go a little faster than I did when I was explaining this first part because this part is easier. But so sorry if I go too fast. So now I'm switching to my neon blue. I'm going to make the same exact shapes. So I'm just going to go diagonally inwards. Not really sure how this color combination is going to turn out. And make the X. Sorry, I didn't really explain that. Going to go up. And I will go slowly on the hooking process because it's a little more confusing. Back to my pink. I'm just going to go diagonally inwards. Same side. Very same thing on the other side. And then outwards. Just like that. It's really simple. At least I think it is. So I'm just going to repeat that. And I'll stay on camera just until I get right here. and I'll try to film, but I have a lot of homework. I'm currently on spring break, so I'll just talk about some of the homework I have. Just like a project. I'm not sure this is interesting, but basically I have to make a cosmic calendar for science. And I'm taking earth science, by the way. And it's like the whole history of the earth condensed into one calendar year, so there's a lot of math that I need to do. And I only have 10 more days to do it, even though I got the assignment a while ago, but I just have not been doing it because I don't even know why. I don't have time, but I have a lot to work on this weekend because I've barely done any of it. So I need to put on like a big display board, and I need to do the calculations, and it's not just like a grade, it's actually going to be like a science fair, and it's going to have like a first, second, third place winner, and the contests always make me really nervous because I feel sad if I don't win. So, I mean, I really want to win. I'm probably not going to because my idea is not that amazing. It's just like a pop-up kind of thing. But I really hope I win, and so if you want to know whether I do or not, then I'll just mention it on Instagram. And the main reason I want to win, like, you get money. I think first place is $50. I'm not trying to brag, but I just don't like other people winning if I'm competing, which sounds really weird, but I'm super competitive. So if you are like that, then comment down below because maybe I'm not the only one. I'm probably not. But yeah, so I'll be working on that a lot, but I'll still try to do a lot of videos because I feel bad that I haven't been uploading as much Rainbow Loom. And some people have been waiting for like 2 months, over 2 months, for me to make tutorials, and I'm really sorry if you're one of those people, but I've just been super unorganized with my YouTube channel, and I need to try to get it back on track, but I've just kind of taken a little break, so I'm sorry about that. I feel really bad. But I'm going to be mainly focusing on my science project because school obviously comes first with me, and I just want to get a good grade, and also I really want to win. So it's going to be like 32 other people competing, I think, because there's 2 classes of 30 that are doing it, and so it's like a 3 out of 30 chance of winning, which I guess is pretty good, but I really want to win first place. So that was just a little bit about my life in case you're curious, and I'm just doing my last little bow. I don't know, it looks like a bow to me. And now I'm done with the band placement, so this is what my loom looks like, and I said that weird. Hopefully you were able to follow. So if your loom looks like this, then we can move on to the hooking process. So I'm just going to turn my loom around and go ahead and place a cap band. So just taking one band, wrapping around the middle pin twice. The first thing I'm going to do is grab my hook. I'm going to go inside this cap band and just pick up the first band. This goes to the left, so I'm going to just place it down there. And I'll try to get as close as possible without making it blurry. And then I'm going to go back in and grab the other band. And now I'm going to go inside this first layer. It's only 1/2 the band. I'm going to grab the pink, and this goes inwards. And then on the other side, I'm going to grab the pink as well. I feel like I went too fast, but the next thing we're going to do is before we do this band, we're going to go back inside the white and grab the zebra band, and that goes forwards. So we went out, in, forwards. Then after you do that, then you can grab the pink bands and loop those outwards. And I'm going to start that again. So the first thing you do is you grab the blue bands and those goes in towards the center. Those go, not those goes. And then we can go upwards. And then finally outwards. So that is the pattern. So I'm going to go in all of these bands and just grab the pink. This goes in, and then I'm going to go back, and this goes forward, and then these go out. So I'm really sorry if you couldn't get that, but I'm going to go the whole length of my loom, just doing that same hooking process. And I'm trying to go slow, but it's really hard just because I naturally go fast, like I mentioned a ton of times. And the reason I'm talking about my speed a lot is just because a lot of people have told me that I go too fast, and I'm sorry. So I'm going to do that again. Try not to like sneeze on camera. Or I'm in the middle of the hooking process, sorry. I keep pausing the video so I can like cough or something. Comment down below if you want more Loom tutorials. I'm actually kind of bad at coming up with designs that are on Looms. I came up with one, but it was kind of basic. So, a lot of my original designs are basic, and I apologize. Basically, in the last 8-ish weeks, I don't even know. There's just other designs that I really liked, and so I didn't make tutorials on designs like this, and so I kept people waiting, and I feel so bad for that. Like, you don't even know how bad I feel for having people wait. And in those 2 months, a lot of new techniques came out, and so that's why my tutorials have been very basic, because they're using techniques that weren't developed yet. So I'm not saying this design is basic, I'm just saying there's a lot of other techniques that are not in this, but I still really love this bracelet, and sometimes basic is good. And sorry, I was off camera. This tutorial, I'm going to have to edit a lot because I keep sneezing and stuff. And I just want this tutorial to be really good, but it's really hard to film when you're sick, and I probably should not have even bothered filming, but I felt bad, like I said. I'm sorry that I'm repeating myself a lot. But I'm almost to the top, and for the next part, I'll probably stop halfway and just go off camera because it's easier for me. Oops, okay. And I messed up again, but it's easy to fix. Like that, and I was off camera again. So this is what my loom looks like. Looks really pretty, and now I'm going to be doing these. So I'm going to try to go as slow as possible so that everyone can make it, because it's a little confusing. So you're going to start on this side. Is go back inside this band right here. And this is the last time, or not the last time, but this is the last time for the inside. We're going inside it. So I'm going to grab this band. I'm going to stretch it to where it came from. So it came all the way over here, and that's where the tension is. And now I'm going to go here, push these bands back and grab the top pearl band, and this goes downwards. Mine's twisting, but now I'm basically just going to keep doing that. So you're going to go in order and just loop the bands to where they go. So I'm going to go back in here, grab this band, and this goes forward, move up a pin, and the top pin goes down, move up, or the same pin, sorry, and it just loops. So you're just going to keep going forward, and wherever the band is connected to, so this band is connected to here, I'm going to just loop it to where the other side is. So it's pretty self-explanatory, I think. So I'm just going to do the long stretch, and I said I was going to go slow, but I forgot, so I'm going to go slow now. So we just finished on this pin, there's no bands left. So here, push back these bands, loop downwards, and then loop forward. This is a really long stretch, so just be careful. This pin goes down and then up. I know some person is going to say that it's too fast, but I'm really sorry. I've probably said that a million times. Just going to keep going. And I said I would stop halfway, but I'm not going to because I feel bad. And I've said that like 50,000 times. So I'm just going to keep going, and this tutorial is seriously taking forever to film, but that's okay because hopefully it turns out well. I'll have to turn my loom because I'm bumping into my tripod, which is really annoying. This is really unrelated, but comment down below any cardboard box crafts because I have 2 cardboard boxes and I don't know what to do with them. So yeah, that was really random, but I forgot to say that in all of my other videos. So to finish this, you're just going to go inside this final pin and loop this band downwards. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So another chance for me to explain it well. You're going to go inside this white band and grab the pearl band and loop it to where it came from. Then I'll pin up, I'm going to grab the top band and it came from down here, so I'm going to loop it that way. I think it came there. And then this other band is the long stretch. Go up. Basically, you're just going to find out where they came from and place the other end on that same pin. And you want to go in order. And I'm not going to be showing the extension in this video just because I'm not feeling well and I kind of want to end this. And I just had to undo that because I did it in the wrong order, but just ignore that. This is just what happens when I'm sick. And honestly, if you forget one band and then just loop it out of order, it's not going to make a super big difference because looking at the final product, I mean, you really don't notice that much. It just kind of looks like a braid. So, yeah. And I want to do a question and answer video because the last one I did was all about filming and editing. And I kind of just want to do a random one. But I always get so many questions. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to do one of those, but maybe when I run out of tutorials to do. I'm going to now just show you what my loom looks like because I finished. Really hope you were able to make this. If you were, then comment down below. Now I'm going to finally, for the last time, go inside this pin and grab that band and loop it set horizontally. And now you're just going to grab the very bottom bands and just loop them forward, and this is your border. And if the lighting is really bad, it's because it's currently 9:11 p.m. So I started filming this at like 8, 7-ish. So this is why I don't do many two loom designs, sorry. So I actually just decided to do the other side off camera, so I'm sorry about that. Now I'm going to just take everything off the loom except for this band right here, and if you take this pin off then your bracelet's going to fall apart. And since there's a lot of tension, you want to just use your hook and pick it off, so I'll be right back as soon as I have done that. So I just took it off the loom. This is what it looks like. This side's a bit curly, so here is the main side. I think these colors are gorgeous. I'm not sure which one I look better. I think this one a tiny bit more, but they're pretty similar because they both have neon bands. Except this one doesn't have all neon, but I'm going to make an extension off camera. I'm really sorry that everything's off camera, but basically just put your hook through these bands and pull 2 bands through, or you can do 1 band. But then you can just make your extension. And the reason I'm going off camera for so much, actually I'm going to stay on the camera, is because I probably said this like 1,000 times during this video, like I'm repeating everything, but I'm sick and it's just really hard to film, so sorry for being so repetitive. But as much as I love this bracelet, I'm just not up to making a all-around version because it just takes a really long time for me to make. So yeah, it's really pretty, but I'm not willing to make this double the length because I'm very lazy, if you do not know. Probably did because I don't know. And sorry I'm talking slowly and really like not clear, but I'm very tired and my throat is all congested. Or my nose. See, I can't even talk. I'll just add a single link, that way it's easier. So, I am finally done after over an hour of filming. I'm sorry if this video was long, but I'm just going to attempt to attach my C-clip. So that is how you make the Acquatica bracelets. I know this tutorial was not perfect because I'm sick, but I really hope that you were able to make it. I think this bracelet is absolutely gorgeous, and remember to give credits to Andrea Lumax for designing it because a lot of people don't check the video, but make sure you give her credit because this is amazing. Comment down below if this tutorial was a good speed. I tried my best, so please don't give me any hate if it was too fast or whatever, but maybe I will do more designs like this in the future, 2 loom designs, and hopefully some of them can be on one loom as well. If you like this tutorial, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up because it really helps me out. Hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already so you can be notified when I upload new videos. And find me on Instagram. My user is @_iCrafts_. I showed it in the beginning. Put #iCraftStuff, and I'll just see you in my next tutorial. Bye!